Hi everyone, welcome to today's video on eigenvalue and eigenvector. As we all know, in control system and engineering mathematics, eigenvalue and eigenvector are essential in understanding the stability and the dynamics of a system. At first, we are going to talk about the definitions of an eigenvalue and eigenvector. Let's consider a square matrix A. If there exists a non-zero vector V such that matrix A multiplied by V equals lambda multiplied by V, then lambda is an eigenvalue and V is the corresponding eigenvector. So, how do we understand this formula? Matrix A multiplied by V equals lambda multiplied by V. In this formula, matrix A represents a vector group, V represents a vector, and the lambda is a constant value. From vector V to vector matrix A multiplied by V, it represents a linear transformation. And this formula means that vector V and matrix A multiplied by V are on the same straight line, which is a special linear transformation phenomenon. And now I'm going to give you an example to help you understand what I just said about linear transformation. At first, I will give you a 2 by 2 matrix A, which is 1, 1, 4, negative 2. And I also give you a 1 by 2 vector V1, which is 1, 2. And now let's do the calculation. Matrix A multiplied by vector V1. This is a simple matrix calculation. Multiply the first row vector of matrix A by the first column vector of V1. Multiply the second row vector of matrix A by the second column vector of V1. And now we get a new 1 by 2 matrix, which is 3, 0. And now we draw the vector V1 and the vector matrix A multiplied by vector V1 in the graph. In the graph, we can see that the magnitude and the directions of vector V1 changed under the matrix A. This is a linear transformation. Now, I will give you a second example, 1 by 2 vector V2, which is 1, 1. Then let's do the same things. Multiply the matrix A by vector V2, and then we get a new 1 by 2 matrix, which is 2, 2. We can also write it as 2 times the column vector 1, 1. Finally, we get the formula matrix A multiplied by vector V2 equals 2 times vector V2. Here, vector V2 is an eigenvector, and the number 2 is an eigenvalue. We can also draw these vectors in the graph. At first, I draw the vector V2 and the vector matrix A multiplied by V2 quickly. It is very clear that these two vectors are on the same straight line. This is a very special linear transformation. Let's go back to this formula. After the linear transformation, the direction of eigenvector V stays the same or flips. It never changes to a completely new direction. That's all for the definitions of the eigenvalue and eigenvector. Thank you for watching this video.